Hello my people, FinerBub here. Thanks for checking out the video. Welcome back to another episode of opening packages and talking about things that people have sent me in the mail. Today we're talking about these Powder Bunnies ski pole baskets. So you might be wondering, what exactly are Powder Bunny ski pole baskets? Well, to be perfectly honest, they are ski pole baskets that are in the shape of bunnies and other things. You might find yourself wondering, what's the point of these? To which I'd respond, to make your ski poles look dope. So if you want your ski poles to look dope, stick around. We'll pop these onto my ski poles and make them look dope. And just so you know, I will leave links in the video description to the Powder Bunnies website in addition to their social media, so feel free to hit them up and tell them I sent you. Not being paid to say any of this, they did send me this stuff for free, but yeah, they don't get to see this video before you do, and they don't get to tell me what to say. So yeah, they also sent me a couple stickers in here and sweet t-shirt. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Always like a new t-shirt. For those of you who are wondering, I'm a size large. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And for those of you who would like to send me a product or represent a company that would like to send me a product, feel free to check out the Gear Reps tab on my website, FinerBub.com, where you'll find all the info you need to ship me some products to test out. Not going to guarantee that they're going to show up on the channel, but if it's cool and I like it, then there's a good chance it'll pop up here. Once again, this is not a review because by the end of this video, I will not have used these. I just had knee surgery and I'm not going to be skiing again until next season. But I've got a nice pair of poles that these ones should work for, and I had a nice pair of poles that these ones should work for, but I can only find one of them, so we're just going to do these for today. So Powder Bunny sent me two different designs. The first is their classic pink bunny set, and the second is the black and white drippy smiley set. So today we're going to be working with the black smiley drippy smiley set. So today we'll be focusing on the black smiley drippy smiley. So today we'll be focusing on the black and white drippy smiley face set, and I'll put these on when I can find the other pole that matches them. But yeah, put these aside for now. All right, let's open them up. So they come in pretty simple packaging. Got a little branding situation right on there. Nice QR code on there. You want to like scan for instructions, but you can also just go to powderbunnies.com. So comes in a Ziploc baggie. So they're made of like some kind of rubbery plastic. I feel they're a little bendy, but they feel pretty robust. And they have these metal clamps on the bottom that you can tighten with a flathead screwdriver. They also give you stickers for you to decorate your belongings with. So if you haven't seen my ski gear video from a couple years ago, I'm here to let you know that these K2 composite technology poles are the best poles I have ever used. When I was little, I used to break poles pretty much every season, but when I was a sophomore in college, I walked into Competitive Edge in Hadley, Massachusetts, which is one of the sponsors of Ski Club, or at least it was back then. Told them that I keep breaking poles, and they showed me these. They basically explained that K2 had purchased some kind of fishing pole factory and that they were now making poles out of the same material as fishing poles. And if you can see, they just warp and bend, but then they snap. I've had these for 10 years and they have not broken. However, not every part of these is indestructible. And per the subject of this video, you will notice that this basket is missing part of itself. And although this one hasn't lost a piece yet, it is well on its way to breaking. All right, so first I'm going to show you how to take the baskets off your old poles. And then, since these do require a bit of hot water molding, we will run upstairs, boil some water, soften these bad boys up, and then I'll show you how to put them on. The first thing you're going to want to do is grab some kind of a cutting board or protective mat. If you're not doing this on some kind of workbench, I just, don't want to scratch up my nice table. You will need a hammer or mallet and an adjustable wrench like this crescent wrench here. So basically, it's pretty simple. You take your wrench, put your ski pole on the table, tighten it so that it's small enough to fit right around the basket. And then you're gonna hold it there with the wrench. And then you take your hammer. Uh-oh, why are we falling? Just needs more than one hand. It's helpful to have someone to hold this so that it doesn't fall over while you're doing it or smack into your camera while you're trying to film yourself. But the gist of this is you just take the hammer and just gonna tighten this wrench down over the top of the basket, and then you just whack it. Back it again. Okay, so you can see that my pole has this sleeve on it. So yeah, we'll see if I can get that off. Is that a separate piece? Looks like there's a pin in there. Let's see if this fits. Nope. Alrighty, my people. As you can plainly see, we have run into a bit of a snafu here, and I can only chalk this up to a design flaw in these powder bunnies. But you see this little sleeve here. This sleeve has a notch that you can pop old baskets off of and pop new baskets onto. I demonstrated this in my How to Save Money on Outdoor Gear through REI garage sales video, where I bought my purple black diamond poles, one of which was missing a ski pole basket, and I was easily able to pop on a new one because of the notch right there. However, these powder bunnies are meant to be held on with this metal hose clamp thing that's around the hole right there, and I'm just not convinced that these are compatible with most ski poles nowadays. I did check the website. In the FAQ section, they do mention that 90% of ski poles out there should be compatible with these, and in their demonstration video, they're using a pole that has no sleeve at all. So if you can find a pole that has no sleeve at all, then these will fit on nicely. But even the $5 REI branded baskets that I bought for my black diamond poles just popped right on to this seemingly universal pole design. I have several pairs of poles. They all have some variation of this notch, and I'm just not sure why Powder Bunnies decided to go with this hose clamp method as opposed to just making it compatible with most of the poles out there. You know, it's totally possible and reasonable that it was just more affordable to do this method than to mold it into a specific shape that matches most ski poles. But, you know, I had never heard of them before they reached out to me, so I assume that they're a relatively new company. But yeah, I'm just kind of surprised that they didn't go with that other method here. Like, even if I take off the hose clamp, try to stick this on, there's no way it's getting past. Here, let me try. Let me just lean on this a little. Oh, something's happening. Got it part of the way on. All right, you know what? Let's try heating them up. Ooh. And, you know, we'll see if we can make it work. Yeah. Let's try that. So the first thing we're gonna do is boil some water. While the water's boiling, I'm just gonna set a few things up here. I'm gonna make sure I have this handy and my hose clamp. I've loosened it already. You just wanna make sure you don't loosen it too far because then it will just come apart. So just loosen it to the loosest setting and make sure you have your flathead screwdriver handy and your ski pole handy. I'm gonna do one of these at a time so I don't mess it up. Also wanna make sure you have your tongs for retrieving the powder bunny from the boiling water. Make sure you check out the window to see that your wife isn't here so that she doesn't see you using your nice pots for melting plastic. All right, so that water's boiling. Just gonna cut that off. So we're gonna take our boiling water, just gonna set it down. I'm going to take some paper towel and just drop it into this hot water here so that if some of the plastic does melt, it doesn't get on the pot that I'm gonna eat out of later. Push that down in there so it covers the bottom, or at least the area that I'm going to be placing the powder bunny in. So I am letting the water cool a little bit. I don't think it needs to be boiling for this, but now that it's stopped bubbling, I'm gonna get my 30-second timer ready. I'm gonna take the powder bunny, drop it in, push it down a little further, goes under the water, start my timer. So now I'm getting my ski pole ready. So I'm gonna set this on the ground and kind of brace it with my foot against here. And okay, time to pull it out. And we take it and I'm gonna set it down right here on the paper towel just for a few seconds. Let it cool off. It's gonna be a little hot That's why I took the hose clamp off beforehand. All right, so it's starting to slide on there. Let's see if I can. So I did manage to get it onto the sleeve. I think the hose clamp is going to be too small now that it's over the sleeve instead of just the pole. All right, let's see if we can loosen this. Yep, see, it came apart there. I don't know if that's even going to close around there now. Should have thought of that beforehand. Well, it's on pretty good. I mean, if you do have the sleeve, it does create a tighter seal. So we've successfully attached these Powder Bunnies ski pole baskets to my old K2 poles. Definitely an improvement from the old baskets I was using. Definitely were in need of a replacement. So despite the fact that these poles have a fixed sleeve that I couldn't remove, I was able to get these baskets on. Obviously it wasn't the way that the company intended. I didn't use the hose clamps. They just won't fit around here when this is stretched out wide enough to fit around the sleeve. Although they do feel very secure. You know, it was very hard to get them on, and now that they've cooled a little bit, it's gonna be hard to get them off. I will say that I haven't skied with these, so I'll have to reserve judgment until next season when my knees healed up. But yeah, I mean, they definitely look good, and they're a huge improvement from what I had before. And yeah, I guess the only test will be whether or not they stay on the first time I use them. Another reason I don't like the hose clamp concept is because I think that it's going to inhibit the pole from penetrating the snow in a clean way. Oftentimes when you're skiing down the mountain, you like to stop, you need to take out your phone, take a picture, switch GoPro batteries, whatever it is you're doing. You need to take your gloves off and you need your hands free. Obviously, if you're a snowboarder, this isn't a big deal. But if you're a skier, you want to stick your poles in the snow and you want them to stay there and not fall over so that you don't have to like go digging around for them in the snow.
Let me fix my boot.
That being said, yeah, I just have a feeling that this extra piece underneath the basket will prevent the pole from penetrating deep enough so that the top of the snow is flush with the bottom of the basket, holding the pole up straight so that you don't have to go chasing after it when it falls over. Obviously, I'm being nitpicky here, but you know, what do you want from me? I'm telling you what I think here. So these were the poles I bought at that garage sale. If you haven't seen my REI garage sale video, I'll link it right there. But a pair of these REI generic powder baskets are $7, $6.95 for this pack right here. Obviously, REI is going to have access to more efficient manufacturing. A small company like Powder Bunnies, or what I assume is a small company, you know, they're probably new to the whole process. They're probably trying to save some money in the manufacturing process. So they're going with this hose clamp and molding method so that they don't have to have quite as refined of a plastic molding, you know, manufacturing process. I'm not exactly sure what goes into it, but that's just my assumption right now. They also do cost around $20. They range in price depending on the design, but it's just like fun thing to spice up your kit with. And yeah, so I can forgive Powder Bunnies for not having the greatest design. I think what they're doing is cool, and I think that over time, you know, as their company grows, they'll be able to reduce that manufacturing cost. In terms of being able to, you know, injection mold a slightly more precise fitted piece that you don't have to drop in a pot of boiling water to fit onto your ski pole and use a hose clamp to keep it there, but also in the sense that the cost for the consumer, you and me, will come down over time because, yeah, it just seems a little pricey for what you get. And yeah, I'm curious to see what other designs they come up with. I mean, they've clearly already deviated from the bunny theme. I like the name. I don't think they should lose it, but I'm just curious to see what they come up with in the future. I'm excited to test these out next season. And yeah, it's definitely a cool concept. I'm really happy they reached out to me, and I'm really glad that they sent me this stuff. And also thanks for the t-shirt. They gave me a dope t-shirt, so you know, who doesn't like a free t-shirt? Anyway, so thank you to Powder Bunnies for sending me this stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry it didn't go exactly how your tutorial video went on your website. I'll leave links to all of the information resources you need to set these up, and you can order your own Powder Bunnies if you're interested. I will say I do like the concept. I think it's cool what they're doing. I would like to see some more designs come up on the website. I think it's a cool concept. They've definitely got something, but it needs a little work, and that's fine. So yeah, definitely go check out their website and social media. Let them know I sent you. And yeah, I'm curious to see what they come up with in the future. So yeah, I'll just have to reserve judgment until I've actually had a chance to test them for real. Alrighty, my people, that concludes today's episode of the FinerBub Show. If you are thinking about picking up some of these powder bunnies, or if you've already picked some up for yourself, I'd love to have you comment below, especially if you think your insight can help me disprove something that I think I already know. But before you do, I just want to once again thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're planning your next trip or looking for new gear, don't let the details stress you out. Remember, life's an adventure, so relax, breathe in the outdoors, and don't forget to appreciate the finer things. See you out there, people. Peace. Whew.